How you doing, brother? I'm Chaarawtaza, right? So what the brother's going into is basically saying, like, let me ask you a question. Okay. Somebody else's kids are walking down the street. Are those your daughters now too? So do you love them the same? Well, you look at them as, you know, kids, and they're equally kids.
I would look at them as equal kids, yes.
But how do you feel about your kids versus the other kids?
I would care more about my kids than the other kids, but if there's any danger to one like that, the natural instinct, of course, I would like being a protector.
Okay, so let's say, what would you feel if those kids would hurt your kids?
Well, I would feel some type of way, and if the responsible one, I would go to their parents and talk to them about it.
Right, but obviously you would have some displeasure with somebody else's kids harming your kids as their father, right? So that's one thing that you got to understand. The Most High God has chosen His own line, right? He has His own children. Give me the book of Exodus 4:22 and bring back the book of Deuteronomy 7:7, right? Because I want to make sure that you understand that there's a very special thing that you have when you have a father that's protective over their children. They're not going to be able to say, hey, my kids ain't kids, because there's other kids on the earth. You're going to have a set protection and expectation that people know, don't mess with my kids. These kids belong especially to me, right? Bring up the book of Exodus 4:22.
This is Exodus chapter 4 and verse 22.
Read up.
And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh,
right?
Thus saith the Lord.
Thus say who?
Thus saith the Lord.
Not my own feelings.
Thus saith the Lord. Israel is my son.
Who?
Israel is my son.
Everybody.
Israel is my son.
The Chinese man.
Israel is my son.
Right?
Even my firstborn.
So how special is your firstborn child to you?
Very special. That's my first and last love.
See that? And that's the same thing for the Most High. And I want to show you that very statement that you made. Read out Deuteronomy 7:7, Bible Shop.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 7:7.
Read out.
The Lord did not set His love upon you, nor choose you,
right? Because
you were more in number.
Right. Wait, so the Lord, like you said, you're not saying that, you know what, hey, I got to pick you for any special reason. It's just because, you know what, hey, you are mine, right? Keep going.
Because you were more numbered than any people,
right?
For ye were the fewest of all people,
right?
But because the Lord loved you, and because He would keep the oath which He has sworn unto your father.
Read that again. Because the Lord what?
But because the Lord loved you.
No, He loves everybody.
Because the Lord loved you.
I'm everybody's father.
Because the Lord loved you.
Right.
And because He would keep the oath which He had sworn unto your father.
So the Lord is not a man that He should lie. So because we're not the same people that we were when we first were created on this earth, right? But because the Lord said, hey, I don't make promises or vows that I can't keep. So if I loved you then, I love you now. The brother brought out that the Lord said that He does not change. So the sons of Jacob are not consumed, right? So just like you, no matter how, you know, you're going to have issues with your child growing up, but are you going to turn your back on them because they get hard-headed at once in time? Even if they go to the extreme of doing things, you may say, you can't stay in my house no more, but in your heart, you're like, man, I miss my son. I love my son. If he comes back doing what he's supposed to do, I'm going to accept him with open arms. As long as he repents himself with his actions and comes back to be under the guidance that I let him be in, right? That's what the Lord has done to Jacob, right? And you're an Israelite, right? So bring out the book of Amos 3:1, Bible Shop, and bring out Deuteronomy 28:15. Because the thing about people is that we have this essence of needing to for some reason belong, right? Every group of people that you see on the earth seems to belong to something. But us, we belong to everybody, so we believe that everybody's the same because everybody's had their hand in the oppression and the possession of us. But they don't look at you like they're the same as you. But you think you're the same because you've been owned by everybody.
In the last days, you learned that feminine spirit.
We're going to read that one next. Because it's so important for us to understand that there's a thing called post-traumatic slave disorder. And if you really go to a psychiatrist, they'll say Stockholm Syndrome. There's many forms of understanding that a lot of people, when you go through traumatic events, you find a way to sustain and rationalize just by even accepting the abuse as love from your oppressor. That's why a woman that's been in a battered situation so long will say, no, he's a good man. Knowing that she lacked your eyes. That something is untrue, you'll make make it true so you can survive. And that's what we're in constantly, is survival mode, brother. So when we look at the world, there's no such thing as a perfect equilibrium or balance. There's always something greater and there's always something lesser. So what's wrong with us finally realizing that we are on the greater side of the scale? Because we've been taught in every aspect of life that we're the lesser, right? We're the so-called nigger. We're the so-called black man. We're the so-called ignorant ones in the Bible. You know what? Bring this out. Because the Lord told us to do something for us to enlighten our wisdom and understanding in the place of our enemies. He said do one thing first, and then you can expound on wisdom and understanding that you are so seeking for, right? Bring that up.
This is Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right.
Gather yourselves together.
Do what?
Gather yourselves together.
No, worry about being an individual.
Gather yourselves together.
No, we got to work out our own understanding.
Gather yourselves together.
Right.
Yeah, gather together. Oh nation, not desire.
No, we the ones everybody loves.
Oh nation, not desire.
Why do you think it's easy for us to walk scattered and always be about ourselves? Because we don't even desire each other, and we're brothers, man. You understand that? That's the destruction of the systematic racism that was oppressed upon us because of the so-called white people that walking up and down the street and they enjoy the damn beach, man. That's right. To kill look, this coastline came all the way beyond this, right? But now you're standing on something that's dead. Concrete. What comes out of concrete? Nothing. And what happens when you hit concrete? You get hurt because it's dead, brother. What happens when you fall in the sand? You got natural, stability, man. You're not gonna break your bone because you fell into the sand, but fall on this concrete. That's the difference between following the wisdom of this world is falling on this concrete. It's safety and comfort and security because you're still gonna get dirty, but guess what? You're gonna be able to get back up, and hopefully, if you do the right thing, repent, you're gonna be unscathed, brother. Right? So bring this out.
This is the book of Amos 3:1.
Bring it up.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
No, the whole world.
Oh children of Israel.
The Arab man.
Oh children of
The
Israel.
Vietnamese man.
Oh children of
The
Israel.
white man.
Oh children of
Who
Israel.
is it again?
Oh children of Israel.
Right?
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt.
Right, and that's one thing our people will get because they like to be like, you know what, all skin folk is the same, bro. If we were the same as the so-called African man, the brown man, right? Why are we still over here getting shot in the streets and they over there comfortably, digging and eating ants and termites and shit? Because they don't care about us, brother. Because we not the same people, right? If we up here, if we saw any of our brothers over here walking and somebody jumped them, how many brothers do you think would run over there to defend that brother? Everybody. But I guarantee if you saw an African man walking and saw you get beat up, he's gonna be like, what did that nigger do? And you just seen something viral on the internet that this guy was like talking in one of those Omegle chats. You know what that is? Where they kind of randomly pop up a video and you meet somebody and you start randomly being weird and having a conversation. This one Jake, which we call Jake and Israelite, was talking to a group of diverse individuals, right? That obviously know that they're not the same as the so-called black man on that side, right? So he's like, hey man, you're gonna have to give me back your black card, right? And he's around a white boy, Chinese boy, some shit. And this dude is, a young so-called black man. And he says, the white boys was like, hey, and he did this, and they just shut up. He says, I'm not one of you ghetto niggers from America. I'm Congolese. You understand? I know who I am. You guys are fucking slaves. I'm not you. So called him a nigger with a hard R. Think about it. If we're the same, why are you comfortable saying you're a nigger, but I'm not if we're the same people? Because the Lord said a difference between the holy and the unholy, right? Bring up the book of Exodus 11:7. And I'm gonna tell you like this, nigger was something that was called to us in Greek first, right? And it just means black. And you know that's in the Bible, brother? Well, it just means black, brother. They tell you it's ignorant. You know why? Because being black means you walk around these streets every day ignorant. You act ignorant because you don't know who you are. You join your brother in the streets. You say you don't need your people because you can work it out by yourself. Right. If you need to build a house, is it more smart or ignorant to do it by yourself? Knowing that you gotta carry stuff up the scaffold, wouldn't it be better to work with your people? But an ignorant nigga would do it by himself. And that's not because you black, it's just because they told you anything black is void of life. Void of light. It's evil. Name one. Give me a compliment that has to do with like black. You know what? You black, and it's positive. You see that? So why do we say we black? Why do we say as black people we need to work it out by ourselves? Because we're not the thing of being ignorant isn't that you're so-called black. It's because you're destroyed for a lack of knowledge, right? Bring out the book of Hosea 4 and 6, Baba Shah. Because this is so important for our people, because it all starts with something simple as just being like you are right now, humbly trying to understand and listening with respect to your brother that is obviously with a Bible in his hand. He has no evil intentions toward you, but a lot of our people naturally have evil intentions toward you. We are without the Most High God. We are suffering our laws, statutes, and commandments, our code of ethics that was stripped away from us. They want you to follow America's laws to be what? Just like them? They don't follow their laws. But if you act any kind of way that they don't like, they'll create a law to stop, judge, and execute. And now you're the oppressor because you walk around uncertain. Did you know that the Lord said in the Bible that that would be a curse that we broke his law, statutes, and commandments as a people? That's what the Lord said. That's why it's so hard for us to gain anything, because we can't gain or prosper in his land because we don't keep the commandments of the Lord. We don't know who we are. We don't have that community aspect to be like, hey brother, you know what, how you doing today? Hey, you want to do anything? You need some income? Brother, that's what so-called Amalekite Jewish men do. That's how they made their whole community. You can't even go into their neighborhood because they say, what? It's the Jewish custom. We're the Jews. So they went into our book and has monopolized most of the control of the world because they are living our lives. Hey, and violence over time. Bring that up real quick.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people.
My what?
My people.
Everybody.
My people.
Right?
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
For what?
For a lack of knowledge.
What do we need?
For a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
And why do you think we're in a bad condition right now? Do you think that the Lord's dealing with us out here? No, look, our people have to be banging on drugs and shit, smoking weed up and down the damn boulevard, talking about, hey, let's get around and burn some damn sage, and don't want to read the scriptures, man. You understand what I'm saying? This is what they gathered to do. But if you got a brother that says, hey, let's come together as a family and teach our community, teach our kids to do better, they don't want to be to that drug. What's wrong with that, man? That's the curse that we're just going for a lack of knowledge, right? Bring up the book. What do you have? What you're witnessing right now is an excellent example of a curse, man. I guarantee you, if anybody else was out here and the white man was back down doing something, you know what they're going to do? Let's go set up a little further down. And they have no regard for their brother, so they're going to do what they do and disrespect. And then they have a problem because they're like, we do this all the time. What happened to being kind every once in a while? Consider somebody else at the point. But these are the curses. Do you think we're going to gain like this? That's a curse, brother. Didn't I just say that? Hey, brother. Hey, sorry. Hey, I know you're teaching. Hey, you don't mind that we slow down a little bit? That's respect. Do we have that for each other? Hey, the white man was doing that. We don't have that respect for each other. And the brothers got here, not only got that tongue of money dancing and shit, rather than respect their brother with an ounce of dignity. That's what we have to do with we that. This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 16. 15. But it shall come to pass, right? If thou will not hearken, it says it will happen if you do not listen. You see, the devil cometh immediately because maybe there's something that you're actually going to increase on you. So we're going to have to be diligent and try extra hard to stay in the spirit of the Lord. Anything can happen. How much you want to know yourself? How much you want to realize who you are and what you're supposed to do by your people and by what you said is our power. That's how they power it. So that's like, I love my son, but he's just lost. He's a lost sheep right now. I'm going to send my other son to wake him up, give him a light. Here's a flashlight, brother. You want to feel empowered? Know how? You got to first respect yourself. You got to say we love you, but you are, brother. You gotta learn to eat the love and the bread of the Lord, man. Because that's what God is there. Can I show you two curses real quick? Can I show you two curses real quick? And there's gonna be one curse right here. Bring me up, verse 54. And you're gonna see who deals with this at a higher rate, right? And then bring me out. We're gonna do two with the shotgun. Verse 68. Right? Bring it up.
This the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 54.
Right?
So that the man that is tender among you.
Right, but that's how I'm treating you, right? I'm yelling, but you know I'm not yelling at you. Because we have respect right now. This is a tender conversation. And we're the ones that we say, hey, look, you gotta turn ugly, right? But you're supposed to be peaceful with your own people. He said, once we are supposed to be peaceful, right?
And very delicate. His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
His what?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
What do I bring this?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
First Crimson blood?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
Actually, worship blacks?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother. And toward the wife of his bosom.
And in California, do they not literally have an industry for putting our women out there and defiling them on video? And it's legal here. This is one of the first places where you can actually just, violate and goddamn spread the film of our people. Our women. Who pimps our women down there? Are they Chinese pimps? Are they white pimps? Are they Arab pimps? What kind of pimps are down there? And what else? And the Hispanics, right? Because if you don't know it, they suffer from the same curse we do, right? Because the so-called Hispanic man is the same people as called the Israelites. So we gotta go through a lot of stuff that they go through. Every ghetto is like they right next to us. And we fight with them too. But we're the white man, the Arab man, even the African man is the only ghetto. Because he's still white man. Because we are the commodity that all the other nations feed off. We built their kingdom and then they stuck it down into the dirt. He's black. He's evil. And everything is great. Right? So we can destroy it. Because the book of gotta get out. What's up, man? Before you leave, you believe you're an Israelite, brother. They come over to me. They believe that you do something you find out to keep it back. Let me give you one before you look at it. Hey man, you play that. You try to get the commandments, plus this is your people's book. It ain't rewritten, it's translated. You know, it's not rewritten. It's our history, brother. Yeah, brother.
Wickedness, man. Satan cometh immediately, man. Take away the word. That's nothing but folly, pure folly, man. Hatred toward your own brother, man. There we go.
All right, bring up the book of Jeremiah 51 and 40. Most High God in spirit without them even knowing that they feet are staying to listen to the words of life, man. Because right now, like the brother was bringing out, this is the valley of the dry bones. They're walking up and down these streets, or you would say this boulevard to this sea line, whatever, and they're near water, but they're dry. They're thirsty, man. They're devoid of life. Right? Who got it? We're bringing up.
This is the book of Jeremiah, 51 and 45.
Bring it out.
My people, go ye out of the midst of her,
Right.
and deliver ye every man his soul from the fierce anger of the Lord.
And that's why we came out here, man. We're trying to come out here and deliver each one of our people from the fierce anger of the Most High God. Because today is not one of those days to overlook. It's the Lord's Sabbath day. It's a holy day, man.
Right.
It's something that you should consider. Because if you don't understand it, then what are you doing? You out here offending the Most High God. Then we just say that it's better. Bring up the book of Hosea 6 and 6. Right? Get the book of 1 Samuel. Because this is something you got to understand. The Lord is not a man to mess with. You don't have the ability to contend with the Most High God. What he's going to do is be long-suffering until he decides to judge you fiercely with his anger. Right?
Yeah, brother, got 2 minutes.
You say, what the Lord say?
God desires mercy and not
That
sacrifice.
means he would rather you be obedient than have to go off and then ask for forgiveness, man. It's a lot easier to have somebody's love, respect, and be in their good graces if you just simply are respecting their wishes, man. The Most High God left us strict commandments, things that were beneficial to us to give us life, but why do we have to be the ones to go against that and choose death? We already know our people have made a covenant with death. So what are we trying to do? Restore the life that was taken away from them, right? Bring this out.
This is the book of 1 Samuel 2 and 3. Talk no more so exceedingly proudly.
Do what?
Talk no more so exceedingly proud.
Every time we ask our people, hey, how y'all doing today? No, I'm good. Hey, I don't need y'all. Do what?
Talk no more so exceedingly proudly.
Right?
Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
Hey, and where do you think this arrogant attitude and this proud attitude came from? The systematic understanding of the people who enslaved your people, man. Because they walk around proudly, arrogantly thinking that the judges that they have went against is not going to come back to them because of what they've done to the people of the Most High God. This is the way that we got to understand that the Lord is a man of righteous recompense, right? Because the things that you do in this world is going to go in a big way, man. You can't try this down the people of the Lord and get away scot-free. But that's arrogant to walk up and down stolen land, bloody land, and think you're having a good sunny day on a Saturday, smoking weed, and doing the most vile things, and doing the blessings of the Lord on His holy Sabbath. These are the things that our oppressors will tell you to do, but be glad to do because you got freedom in the land that you are owned and possessed by. You've never been granted any access to your homeland, to your own history. The thing that they tell you is what? You're just an American. Nobody's an American. They lie to themselves every day. Well, how can you be something that wasn't even established until some man came and stole it? How can you, as so-called black, Native American, Hispanic, be a descendant of a so-called conquering white man? That's ignorant and proud and arrogant, and our people carry that same trait of ignorance because they look up to the same people that have destroyed us. Right? Keep going.
For the Lord is a God of knowledge.
Right?
And by him, actions away.
What?
And by him, actions away.
Hey, slavery.
And by him, actions away.
Giving our people weed and drugs.
And by him, actions away.
Promoting sexual prostitution for our women.
And by him, actions away.
Telling us our kids don't even matter. You know what? Just let them do what they want to do.
And by him, actions away.
The bones of the mighty man are broken, and they that stumble are guarded with strength.
You see that? And that's the deal, man. Our people have been broken by the same people that tell you we got your back because we'll give you a stimulus check. Right? We'll let you choose your wickedest desire, and we'll make laws to protect them. That's why our people love you. Because That's a sin unto death, right? Right. Bring up that book of go ahead and what is it? 15 and 23, right? First Samuel 15 and 23. Because that's what it is. It's likened to, man. Our people are what? Stubborn, and they're ignorant to that. And that's the sad thing when the brother came up and said that we're ignorant. How can he say that the people that we are in the Bible are a good, smart people, an intelligent people, a productive people? His first instinct when he saw his own people was to say that they're nothing without sense, without knowledge, man. And that's disappointing. Who got it? Bring it out.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 23. Bring it out. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
And what do they do in Hollywood? Witchcraft, brother. This is all this place is about. The movie magic, man. This is all they want to do, and they teach our people to be what? They teach our people to be rebellious. They say, hey, let your old gut decide what you're going to end up doing in this life, right? This is why we got to understand, okay, this is why we got to understand to keep these people away from us. Bring out the book of Jeremiah 10 and 2 Bible shop, because this is something that we're trying to understand. Don't be stubborn because it's likened to witchcraft. Keep going.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity again.
See, these are two sins unto death, man. And you can't tell me the so-called Hispanic, Native, or so-called black man isn't stubborn and rebellious, man. They love to go against everything that's said because they buck up against authority. And that's within their spirit, because they have that spirit of death. Keep going.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord.
Right?
He has also rejected thee from being king.
Read that again. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. And that's why we're burnt out here, man. That's why we don't have any light when we're walking around. That's why every time you see a so-called black man or Hispanic man look at each other, they're willing to shoot each other because they're looking at each other with a rebellious and stubborn heart. Right. They don't have love for their people because it's been beaten out of them. And now they took it upon themselves to continue that torment against their own people because they say it's rather to kill or be killed, man. Well, shouldn't we be recompensing the people who had pulled us out and put us into the dirt and ground us in the powder and recompense them for that instead of each other, right? Because what should we not do? Bring this out. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse number 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. No, follow the so-called white man. Learn not the way of the heathen. Turn your back against your God and your laws. Learn not the way of the heathen. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. And that's right. Let that rest right there. That's basically the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Do not go into the way of these heathens, because what did they taught you, man? They taught you to follow the wickedness of this world and completely go away the things that are beneficial to us as a people, right? This is the thing that we need to understand. Instead of trying to be gang banging on who's the hardest and who has the most money, who can show this and that, what should we be showing in the sight of all these nations? Bring out the book of Deuteronomy 4 and 5, because right now we got a lot of things that we do that is shameful, and we are proud people to do shamefully, right? And the word of the Lord said, you got why is Dustin Ashes proud? And is that right? Why is Dustin Ashes proud? I forget exactly what scripture that is. Chaarawtaza 10.
Chaarawtaza 10 and 6.
Because that's our thing. We're a low people with not much, and we still proud and walking around thinking that we are, our shit don't stink, man. We literally are walking around and living in dunghills, man. We don't have anything to show for it outside of our pride, right? This is the book of Chaarawtaza chapter 10 and verse 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High. Say what? Pride is hateful before the Most High. What is our people when they killing each other and they think that they're better than the other brother? Pride is hateful before the Most High. Right. And man, and by both doeth one commit iniquity. Right. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. And that's our people's lifestyle, man. Isn't that the way that we literally decide to live in this death culture, this drug culture, this drug dealing culture, this pimping culture, right? And when we start talking about the things that the plights of our people turn their nose up. You know why? Because they like to push us down, because they're the one who destroyed us in the beginning. They don't want you to ever get your life together. Why? Because that's going to take away from their kingdom that they set up. The more we are ignorant and pushed down and hurting each other, they benefit off of that. Right. You understand? That's why the jails are full, because they want to make sure that they get that government subsidiary, that money. That's all that Esau care about, man. He don't care about your life. He care about your death. Right? Bring that up. Precept, what you got? It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity. For what? For their iniquity. Because they trespass against me. Therefore, I hid my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. And that's why people die every day. LA has one of the biggest death cultures, right? So because we went against the Most High God, and we are in captivity to this day. Just because you're free walking around, you think you're free, do you still have to pay bills? Do you still have to go ahead and follow the rules of another nation? Do you have any representation of your own people in the UN? Do you have any damn army? You have a bullet that's bigger than the damn the government? No, you get your weapons and arms to protect yourself against the same people that are killing you, bro. And then when they get tired of you having it, they're gonna go ahead and take that state away from you, right? And with that, this is my time. Pull me a shoulder.